Hey boys, welcome back to the second last team we're going to be having a look at, the Warriors. Obviously a fairly highly requested team, a lot of Warriors fans. But yeah, let's get into it. Last week the Roosters, very lackluster. I was very disappointed with the likenesses. So hopefully the Warriors can bring it out. We started with Shaun Johnson, and just randomly I've seen a lot of comments about people saying that the Shaun Johnson looks... I thought they were saying it looks bad. I'm looking at it right now and it looks really good. I don't know if people were talking about the actual likeness or whatever, or maybe the stats, but I think this likeness looks really good. I think it looks like Shaun Johnson. You know, you'd probably argue it's not a photo image, but I think it's really good. Then we got Manu Vatuvei. Again, pretty good. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty close to being as good as you could get it. You could probably make a few tweaks, but honestly, that's pretty well done. Then we got Ryan Hoffman. You know, he's just someone... He seems like such a good purchase for the Warriors. I still can't understand the Warriors, dude. I still can't understand how they're not a top 8, let alone a top 4 team every year, but, you know, next year, they pretty much have to be with Isaac Luke and Tuivasa going to them. Obviously, they lost Johnson, and without Johnson, they can't seem to get it together at the moment. I mean, their halves aren't that good without Johnson, but I just feel like the team is just really good in general. And Hoffman was just a good signing for them, because him and Mannering are like really the steadying influence on their side. If you have a look at it, it's filled with a lot of flamboyant, a lot of young players, young tearaways, and that sort of thing. And you got Hoffman and Mannering, who are like the old heads, the level-headed guys. They seem to have a good mixture, but it just hasn't clicked at the moment. I guess it was starting to click. Obviously, it was starting to click with Johnson playing well, but yeah, just not consistently for them. But the likeness, actually pretty good for Mannering. Then we got Ben Madalino. You know, you don't hear too much of Madalino as being like one of the better front rowers, but I still rate him like up with like the Matt Scotts and Jesse Bromwich. He's still an extremely good forward in my opinion. One of the best. Likeness is decent. Then we got Sam Tompkins. Obviously not going to be there next year. And, you know, likeness is actually really good. I still can't understand why Tompkins is not sticking around. I don't know if the Warriors pushed him to leave. Honestly, the Warriors probably were like giving him the hint to leave because they got Tuivasa, and you obviously can't afford to have both like that sort of caliber fullbacks in your side. But you'd think Johnson would want to stay a few years to really prove himself, because he hasn't really proven himself. But yeah, he's obviously going back to Super League. Like, who knows if he could have been one of the best or one of the better fullbacks in the NRL, but I guess we won't know now. Jacob Lillyman. Not a really good likeness. But it's funny because if you look on the forums, like a lot of Super League fanatics and, well, obviously English people, they always say that Sam Tompkins isn't like one of the better English... Well, he is one of the better, but he's not one of the best English fullbacks at the moment. So, you know, people were maybe overrating him a bit when he came over here, but, you know, I think he played decent. He's obviously got talent. Then we got Lola here. I don't think they actually... That's actually a bit weird. I don't think they even... I'm pretty sure that's still the stock image. That's a little weird. They must have just forgot Lola here. I don't know. Nathan Friend moving back to the Titans, which I'm pretty happy about. Obviously, I'm a fan of the Titans. And I think Friend's a really good dummy half. I think he's pretty underrated. Then we got Conrad Hurrell. It's decent. Not a bad likeness. Ben Henry. That one's actually pretty good as well. Got some decent Warriors ones. Got some not so great ones. Sam Rapira. That one's actually really good. And actually a Rapira. That reminds me of bloody Steve Rapira, who I rate really highly, who obviously went from the Cowboys to Warriors, is obviously back in I don't know if he's back at the Cowboys, but he was playing Queensland Cup for... Who was he playing for? I totally forget the team, but I saw him playing and it was awesome because... It's funny though, because... Again, Fishiahi is not done either. I don't know why there's stock standard ones for some of these. And Peru. Okay, this is weird. That's a little strange, honestly. I don't know, maybe it's just my fan hub. I feel like they would have done a lot of these players, but a lot of like the young players are like not done at all. It doesn't seem right. I feel like I've got not a bug, but maybe like the Warriors team for my fan hub that's updated. I'm not too sure. It's a bit strange. But yeah, Steve O'Pira. I was watching him in the Queensland Cup and he was playing pretty good, but he looked a little overweight, honestly. I remember him for the Cowboys. He looked like one of the fittest guys running around. He was like he looks like a really skinny front rower, but God, he can tackle. But he looked a little overweight. Again, like all these stock ones is pretty annoying actually. I don't know why it's like that. And Matungi's in the team still. Someone's gonna have to let me know. Did Matungi... What was he a mid-season transfer to the Roosters? Maybe he was, but that seems weird. I don't know. So this is weird. This video is pretty shitty, honestly. Hardly heaps of the players aren't even done, which is weird because every other team, like even the second stringers, are done. So I don't know why that is, but I mean, you guys got to see most of the big names, I guess. Yeah, sorry about that, but hopefully the Warriors fans enjoyed it a little bit, so I'll see you next time.